This video is about how we can improve mobility by moving from the joints. I'll be showing you a variety of movements to create space in the body so that we can feel more mobile in the joints. So let's start, and we're going to roll the head of the bone in our joints. What it means is think about the head of your arm bone, the head of your thigh bone. And by moving the body in circular motion this way, we are essentially rolling the head of the bone in the socket. In this case, the arm bone in the shoulder socket, the thigh bone in the hip socket. Now make sure you move in circular motion here, in one direction followed by the other. You might start to hear a little bit of clicking sound here and there. That's actually tightness releasing. Go slow. Keep your head in line with the spine. Try to keep your spine in line with your pelvis as much as possible. Minimize any kind of twisting. And you can slowly start to move your legs a little bit away from your arms so that your stance gets a little bit longer. And you will go deeper into the joints. I call this oiling the joints. Think about hydrating, nourishing the joints with movements. Now next, we are repeating the same move, but this time, try rolling in the biggest range we can. So that means we bring our upper body back, roll around to the side, bring it to the front and to the other side. As you bring the body to the back, you're actually stretching backwards. And then when you come to the front, you're actually in a little position called swan in Pilates. Just make sure you don't stay in this position. We're not meant to hold in it. We're meant to keep rolling. Now we'll continue to roll, but this time with a sideways tilt here. As you move to the side, try to bring your pelvis and your spine to one side, followed by the other. So roll to your right side, bring it back, and roll to your left side here. Make sure both knees are still on the floor while you do it. And by doing this, you're also going deeper into the joints and also actively stretching out all the tissues that are tight. Feel free to adjust the position if you feel you have gone too far back with your knees. You can bring the body more forward again. In a way, this is free-flowing movement. You want to feel comfortable doing it, but you still want to release the tightness in the joints and improve our mobility. Stretch it out, and let's move on to the next one. Focusing specifically on our shoulder joints here. Reach the arms out. Move from the top of the shoulders. And when we reach our arms out to the front, the back of the shoulders. So you're essentially moving the arms in a circular motion, interlacing it palms forward and up, turning it down, and again repeat. And from here, reach your arms further forward and further up. Reach forward, bringing your spine forward, reaching up, arching more. Try to keep your arms as straight as possible. Check if your elbows are bent. If yes, try to straighten it from the back of the shoulders all the way to your hands. Impose a little bit of pull in your hands as you reach forward. And now do the same but reach back and out. Nicely, gently rolling your shoulders back. Of course, keeping your elbows straight here. This time, feel the pull moving backwards from the top of your shoulders to your hands. Curling a little bit as you bend your elbows and arching a little bit as you straighten your arms. Also, as you straighten your elbows, you can tilt your head to look diagonally up. That will accentuate the rolling back of the shoulders. Now it's time to hang in the joints. So lifting the pelvis up, not too high, bringing it up and down while the arms stay firm on the ground. As you lift the body up, you are actually starting to release the tissues around the joints. Now from here, you're going to hang your body by moving it side to side. So remember the whole body. The spine and the pelvis move as one. Just make sure you're not tilting your pelvis back and forth, but the whole body. Back to front and back again. And this time when you're ready, bring your pelvis up higher. Hang and push it up. Hang in the joints, bend your elbows, and then bring your pelvis up. So yes, your arm muscles will be involved, but more so, the joints are more released now. The tissues have glided downwards. You should have more space to bring your chest up. So go in a pulsation movement like that, pulsing, bringing your pelvis a bit higher and then bringing it down, not touching the floor. Repeat the same and moving it back and forth as a transition. And side to side, hanging it like a bag on a hanger. And continue again with bringing the pelvis up. Open up your chest as your pelvis reaches up. You need not go all the way yet. The point here is move from the joints, stretching the soft tissue around it. And hang in there before we slowly bring the pelvis down. Come to all fours and start to hang your legs in the hip joints here, or the hip socket. Keeping the pelvis and the spine in one line, start to circulate your femur head or your thigh bone in the hip joint in a small circular motion. And from here, you're going to straighten the leg out, reach backwards, move to the side in external rotation and bring it back to the side. So note it looks like a quarter of a circle. Try to minimize any movement in the pelvis because it is the femur head in the hip socket that is doing the movement here. Repeat everything the same on the other side here. You might feel different from one side to another. So just be aware of the differences and decide if you should move slower or in smaller range. Keep your shoulders square and your pelvis as square as possible. Remember to externally rotate your leg as you bring it from back to the side. Keep your leg externally rotated all the way if you can. And keep it as straight as possible. So with all the work that has so much control, it's time now to release ourselves here. This is a very simple hip stretch. And before we do the full stretch here, just shake off your body a little bit. And from here, let's release from side to side, dropping one side of the hip, followed by the other. When you drop one side of the hip, try to bring it to the one side is dropping to as much as possible. Bend your knee, of course. And repeat the same now, but with the arm movements here. So shift your pelvis to one side, bend the knee, and with the arm kind of like pulling to the same side. It will accentuate the movement, further releasing and stretching all the tightness around the hip joints and the pelvic girdle. Transitioning it with hip hike, hip drop, stretching it around the sides of the hips. Then we are ready for pelvic circle, moving the pelvic girdle in one full 360-degree circular motion. From the side to the front, to the side and to the back. Try to isolate the pelvis from the rest of the body, because we really want the pelvis to move in a full circle here and not the whole body. Again, for deep tissue release in the hip joints and the pelvic girdle. I can't say enough about the importance of this. This movement might be so small, but it's so relieving. And now let's go to sway and shake here. So basically letting your body go completely. So in no particular direction or motion, just sway and shake and let it all go. Decide if you want to go faster or slower. Shake it off from the fingertips to the hips, to the knee, to the shoulders. Shaking off all the little knots, further releasing more from the joints here, and roll the body in any way you like. And with this, I want to say, do like and subscribe. I'm going to end the video here. Thank you for being with me. Thank you for watching. Keep moving, keep getting better, because that's how our body works. Our body loves it when we move. That's it for now, and I will see you very soon in the next video. Take care and have a lovely day.